Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the midday update. I'm Laz. It's been a while. I've been away for a few days, the better part of last week. Anyway, I'm back this week. I love earnings season. Earnings season has historically, for myself, been a very good trading time. For many of my colleagues, a lot of active traders that I know. Reason being is that there's opportunity. When stocks, markets gap up, gap down, and you see, breakouts out of ranges, generally that's good tradable opportunity for those that know actually how to understand and mitigate risk. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about here. Let's look at the S&Ps, we'll look at the spiders here. When you look at the spiders, and this is a daily chart, what jumps off the screen here for me is the possibility that we have now broken down out of this, this consolidation pattern that we've been talking about for, weeks at this point. Just lots of ebbs and flow. Yesterday, we actually broke down yesterday in this gap down. We rallied back intraday into what is now a broken up trend line, and today we're seeing that sell-off occur, which is very common. You break support, you retest, and the selling really begins. So let's keep an eye on how this plays out over the next couple of days, as this could be the start of something larger. I do strongly caution that, this pattern has been very, very treacherous, shorting lows. It's been a very painful experience. Let's call support into this. And again, this is the spiders, this 131 area. Being short down here has been very difficult, as has been buying new highs. In the recap last Thursday, I talked about being very careful buying new highs. And while everything looks great when the markets make new highs, this is the type of pattern that can eat you up. So chasing highs has been a very, very costly trading approach, and shorting lows additionally has been costly. All eyeballs at this point, to me, going to be a lot of eyeballs on Apple tonight. Apple reports earnings after the close. Apple I'm going to cover in a second, but Apple, just so much money has been made in Apple, and it's so widely owned institutionally. It is going to drive this market higher or lower, at least the Qs and a lot of the big cap tech stocks, as well as the future. So all eyeballs on Apple tonight. Let's take a look at it, and we're going to do some time frame analysis here. Let's take a look at Apple, and we're going to start. We're going to start with the monthly. We're going to really take a look at sort of the longer term here, and I'm going to go logarithmic chart here. And the first thing that I want to show is just the longer term trend line. The longer term trend line, and again, this is a chart that goes back to about 2003. I can make it even smaller. You can sort of see where that comes in. Right now, that trend line comes in around 350. So longer term trend line, way off the longer term trend line. On the weekly chart, again, you can get another view of that weekly chart as well. But what I really want to look at is the near term. Right, here's the near term. So this is a weekly, and I'm really going back, since the beginning of the year. This has very interesting little pattern here set up. Is this a pattern that could wind up making new lows? Again, we have that high set back in April. We sold off, and I'll go to a daily chart now so you can get a better view, right? Is this just a bear flag pattern forming here for lower prices, or is this stock setting up for another push higher to retest prior highs around 640? The line in the sand for me in this stock has been and will continue to be 620. You can see 620 here. With last quarter when the stock reported earnings, which is right here, we gapped up into 620, and then post earnings we continued to drop about 100 points. So this 620 level, and again we retested it just a week or so ago back here. So having trouble getting through that 620 mark, I think all eyes are going to be on 620. If the stock can't get through 620, we could be in a break of this lower trend line here is what I'm going to be watching. And that comes in roughly around 590, plus or minus 585. So definitely a two-way type of setup here. There is the possibility that we break down. And I hate being non-definitive, but in this particular stock, you have to make causes for potentially a move lower and even a move higher. So you know what your actionable levels are. For me, the actionable levels are 620 and roughly about 585 on the downside. So if we can take out one of those two barometers, it could set the tone over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months for either higher prices or lower prices. So understanding levels is key here, and also why. Let the market dictate. If the stock wants higher, it'll prove it to us. If it wants lower, it'll do the same. So keeping an eye on that name for a trade opportunity possibly tomorrow and into the latter part of the week. Looking at some symbols today, Baidu. Baidu, has been in a downtrend. You can see on the daily here, stock's been for the better part of since April highs around 150. We traded down to 100. A little bit of a bounce off the 100. We saw some strong buying here in Baidu off the open, but now the stock's starting to come unglued a little bit. Rallied up here into 120, now trading about 116, and there is room to go lower here. So a couple of traders watching Baidu here for possibly a reversal, as the stock has really bounced off 100 and now selling off into that 120 mark. So with earnings trades, you have to really understand the landscape of the movement of price, because that can dictate very tradable opportunities, and that's all we're really focused on right now. We do have to keep our eye on, like I said, the spiders breaking down out of that pattern. Also the Qs. Again, these are the index. Qs look to me like the possibility exists that we're going to try and break down out of this consolidation pattern they've been in. We can look at the diamonds as well. I'll throw up the diamonds. Diamond, clearly to me, the ones that are clearly trying to break down here, you can see selling. And we really couldn't get out of this. We couldn't make new highs and follow through. So the fact that we were making new highs and then selling off, to me, was a warning sign that there was something not right here. But we'll watch to see how this plays out over the next couple of sessions. As again, there are actionable trades, both long and short, here, and all eyes on Apple. As always, I'm Laz, and I'll talk to you later on the VTF. Have a great day trading.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pete Renzulli, Chief Marketing Officer of T3Live.com. I'm really excited about introducing you to and inviting you to the first T3 Live Active Trader Summit. There's going to be a ton of great content, but the number one reason you want to come is you want to be able to network and associate with other like-minded people who have a burning desire to learn how to be a trader. So I'm going to ask you to make a trade. Trade one Saturday for some of your time to come down and learn strategies, tactics, techniques, and put some faces to the people that you see in the virtual trading floor in T3 Live, and learn to take your trading bigger. Learn how to be a better trader than you are now. Learn the strategies. It's going to be a lot of fun. Go to T3Live.com and register. If you would like to join us at the post-event cocktail reception, you can also upgrade to either premium or VIP. That's up to you, but either way, please take advantage of the general admission, 2 free tickets. Bring a friend, bring a neighbor, bring a wife, bring a girlfriend, maybe bring both, but come down and expect to have a great time.